What if I told you two people can eat the exact same meal, same rice, same quantity, same time, but one person's blood sugar skyrockets while the other stays completely stable? Sounds strange, right? But here's the truth. It's not just about what you eat. It's about what you eat it with. And this one difference can decide whether your body stores fat or burns it, whether your pancreas stays healthy or slowly gets damaged over time. Today, I'm going to show you 4 powerful foods already sitting in your kitchen that can help stabilize blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, and protect your body from diabetes. But here's the catch. Most people are using them the wrong way. Let's fix that. Before we talk about the foods, you need to understand something simple but powerful. Every time you eat carbs, rice, bread, even fruits, your body breaks them down into one thing, glucose. That glucose enters your bloodstream, and your body releases a hormone called insulin. Think of insulin like a key. It unlocks your cells, so glucose can enter and be used as energy. Sounds perfect, right? But here's where things start to go wrong. If glucose enters your blood too fast, or your body stops responding properly to insulin, something dangerous happens. Sugar starts building up in your bloodstream, and that leads to sudden sugar spikes, followed by energy crashes, increased fat storage, and over time, it can lead to something much more serious, type 2 diabetes. But it doesn't stop there. High blood sugar slowly damages your body from the inside, your blood vessels, your nerves, even your organs. And the scariest part? It happens silently. But here's the good news. You're not powerless. Some foods can actually slow this entire process down, stabilize your blood sugar, and help your body regain control. Let's start with number 4. There's one ingredient quietly sitting in almost every kitchen, hidden in plain sight. No hype, no marketing, no expensive packaging. And because of that, most people completely ignore it. Fenugreek seeds. At first glance, they don't look impressive. They're small, slightly bitter, almost forgettable. But sometimes the most powerful things are the ones no one pays attention to. Because inside these tiny seeds is a natural mechanism that can completely change how your body handles sugar. Let's break it down. When you eat a typical meal, especially one rich in carbs, rice, bread, pastries, your body breaks it all down into glucose. And usually, that glucose hits your bloodstream fast, too fast, which leads to a sharp spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash. And then what? Hunger again, cravings again, snacking again. It becomes a cycle, a loop your body gets trapped in. But fenugreek interrupts that loop. Here's how. Fenugreek seeds contain a special type of soluble fiber. When you soak them and then consume them, that fiber transforms inside your stomach. It forms a thick, gel-like layer. Now imagine this happening inside your body. Instead of sugar rushing straight into your bloodstream, that gel slows everything down. Glucose is released little by little, step by step, not all at once. So instead of a spike, you get a smooth rise. Instead of a crash, you get steady energy. And that changes everything. Because stable blood sugar means no sudden hunger, no uncontrollable cravings, no energy roller coaster. But that's only part of the story. Fenugreek does something even more powerful, something deeper. It doesn't just slow sugar down, it helps your body handle it better. Inside fenugreek, there's a natural compound known for supporting insulin function, which means your body becomes more efficient at using insulin. So instead of your pancreas constantly overproducing it, trying to keep up, your system starts to rebalance. Less stress on your body, more control over your blood sugar. And over time, this can help reduce something very dangerous, insulin resistance. the condition where your body stops responding properly and sugar begins to build up in your blood. This is the root of many problems: fat gain, low energy, constant hunger, and eventually type 2 diabetes. But here's the powerful part. People who start using Fenugreek regularly often notice small changes at first, subtle but important. They feel full longer. They stop thinking about food all the time. Their energy becomes stable. No more needing sugar to boost themselves. No more crashes in the middle of the day. And slowly, their body starts working the way it was meant to, not against them, but for them. How to use it. The best part? You don't need anything complicated. Take 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds, soak them overnight in a glass of water. By morning, they'll swell, soften, and release that powerful gel-like fiber. Drink the water and eat the seeds on an empty stomach. It takes less than 30 seconds, but over time, it can create a real shift inside your body. Simple habit, powerful effect. And remember, it's not about doing something extreme. It's about doing something consistently. Because small actions, repeated daily, create massive results. And this is just the beginning. Next, we're moving to another ingredient that works even faster, and most people are already using it the wrong way. Now here's something most people have never been told. When it comes to the Jamun fruit, the real power isn't in the fruit, it's in the seed. The part most people throw away is actually the most valuable. And what makes it powerful is that it works completely differently from everything we've talked about so far. Most foods act after sugar enters your bloodstream. They try to control the damage. But Jamun seed powder? It works before that even happens. Let's break this down. Every time you eat carbs, your body uses enzymes to break them down into glucose. This process happens fast, too fast, and that's why your blood sugar spikes. But Jamun seed powder slows this process down. It gently reduces the activity of those enzymes, so carbs are broken down more slowly, which means glucose doesn't flood your bloodstream. It enters gradually, smoothly, steadily. No spikes, no sudden crashes. And once again, that means stable energy, less fat storage, and better control over your body. But here's where it gets even more powerful. Jamun seed doesn't just manage sugar, it protects the very system that controls it. Inside your pancreas, there are special cells responsible for producing insulin. But over time, high blood sugar puts these cells under constant stress. Day after day, spike after spike, they start to weaken, slow down, and in some cases, stop functioning properly. This is how serious problems begin. But Jamun seed powder acts like a shield. It helps protect those insulin-producing cells from damage. So instead of your system breaking down, it stays stronger for longer. And that's not all. Jamun also helps your body use glucose more efficiently, especially in your muscles. So instead of sugar staying trapped in your bloodstream, it gets pulled into your cells where it's actually used for energy, which means more natural energy throughout the day, less excess sugar circulating in your blood, and fewer cravings for quick fixes. You're not just controlling blood sugar anymore, you're optimizing how your body uses it, and that's a completely different level. How to use it? Simple, effective. Take half to 1 teaspoon of Jamun seed powder right after lunch with a glass of warm water. That's it. No complicated routine, no extreme diet changes, just one small habit repeated daily. Because with this, consistency is everything, not intensity. And when you combine this with what you've already learned, fenugreek, cinnamon, you're no longer just reacting to blood sugar spikes, you're preventing them from the source. And we're not done yet. Next, there's another ingredient that works directly on your metabolism, and most people are using it at the wrong time. Now let's talk about something you probably already use almost every single day, but you don't realize how powerful it really is. Cinnamon. To most people, it's just a spice, something you add for flavor, for aroma, for comfort. But inside your body, cinnamon does something much deeper. It directly improves how your body responds to insulin. And to understand why that matters, you need to see what happens in people struggling with blood sugar. In a healthy system, insulin knocks on your cells, and the door opens. Glucose enters. Energy is produced. Everything works smoothly. But in many people today, that system starts to fail. The cells stop responding. It's like knocking on a door that never opens. So what happens? Sugar stays trapped in the bloodstream, and your body reacts by producing more and more insulin, trying harder, forcing the door open. This is called insulin resistance, and it's one of the main reasons behind fat gain, energy crashes, and type 2 diabetes. Now here's where cinnamon changes the game. Cinnamon helps your body unlock those doors again. It makes your cells more sensitive to insulin. So instead of forcing glucose inside, your body starts working naturally again. Glucose enters easily, blood sugar comes down, and your system begins to stabilize. But that's only the first layer. Cinnamon also activates something powerful, often called your body's metabolic switch. This process helps your muscles pull sugar out of your bloodstream and use it as fuel. So instead of sugar floating around causing damage, it gets burned for energy. And there's even more. Your liver plays a big role in blood sugar. When your body thinks it needs energy, your liver releases stored sugar into your bloodstream. But sometimes it releases too much, even when you don't need it, and that keeps your blood sugar high, even if you haven't eaten. Cinnamon helps reduce this effect. It signals your liver to slow down, so less sugar is released unnecessarily, which means your blood sugar stays more stable even between meals. No hidden spikes, no unexpected crashes, just steady, controlled energy. And when all of this comes together, something powerful happens. Your body shifts from storing fat to using energy efficiently, from chaos to balance. How to use it? You don't need large amounts. In fact, less is more. Just a quarter teaspoon daily is enough. You can add it to your tea, your coffee, or even your meals. And over time, those small daily doses start creating real change. Important, don't overdo it. More is not better here. Cinnamon is powerful, and small, consistent amounts work best because the goal isn't intensity, it's consistency. And when you combine this with everything you've learned so far, Fenugreek, Jamun seed, you're no longer guessing. You're giving your body exactly what it needs to regain control. And we're not done yet. There's one final piece that ties everything together, and most people completely overlook it. Now here's something incredibly underrated, something most people see every day, but never think twice about. Curry leaves. For most people, they're just there for flavor, a garnish, an aroma, something you add and forget. But what if I told you these simple green leaves are quietly working on one of the most important systems in your body, your blood sugar? Because curry leaves don't just sit in your meal, they interact with your metabolism. Here's how. When you eat, glucose enters your bloodstream. Now the question is, what happens next? Does that sugar stay circulating, causing damage, or does your body use it efficiently as energy? Curry leaves help decide that. They improve how your cells use glucose. So instead of sugar building up in your blood, it gets pulled into your cells and converted into usable energy, which means less excess sugar in your bloodstream and more steady energy for your body. But that's only one part of the story. Curry leaves are also rich in antioxidants, and this matters more than most people realize, because high blood sugar doesn't just affect energy, it creates internal stress. Over time, that stress damages your cells, especially in your pancreas, the very organ responsible for producing insulin. And once those cells are damaged, blood sugar control becomes harder and harder. This is where curry leaves step in. They act like a natural defense system, helping protect your pancreas from long-term damage. So instead of your system wearing down, it stays stronger, more resilient. But there's another hidden benefit that most people completely overlook. Your liver. Your liver plays a massive role in regulating blood sugar. It stores glucose, releases it when needed, and helps keep everything balanced. But when your liver isn't functioning properly, that balance is lost. Too much sugar gets released even when your body doesn't need it, and this contributes to insulin resistance. Curry leaves help support liver health, keeping the system working smoothly. And when your liver is healthy, everything becomes easier. Better blood sugar control, better energy balance, less stress on your body. It's all connected. And when you support the system as a whole, you start seeing real change, not just in numbers, but in how you feel every day. People who use curry leaves regularly often notice subtle shifts at first. Their energy becomes more stable, they don't feel that heavy crash after meals, and those constant cravings, they begin to fade, because their body is finally working in balance, not fighting itself. How to use it? Simple, natural, effective. Take 5 to 7 fresh curry leaves and chew them in the morning on an empty stomach, or add them to your meals during cooking. No complicated routine, no expensive products, just a small daily habit that supports your body from the inside out. Because sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest ones. And now you've seen all the pieces. The only thing left is how you put them together. Now listen carefully. Everything you've learned so far is powerful. Fenugreek, Jamun seed, cinnamon, curry leaves, these are not random ingredients. They are tools. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. They are not magic. They won't fix everything overnight. They won't erase years of damage in a few days, because diabetes didn't appear overnight. It was built slowly through small daily habits, the foods you eat, the timing, the patterns, repeated again and again and again, until one day your body could no longer keep up. And here's the part that changes everything. The solution works the same way. Not through extreme changes, not through short-term motivation, but through small daily actions. Consistent, simple, repeatable. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, and the first thing you give your body is support. Fenugreek seeds, preparing your system for stable blood sugar. After your main meal, you reinforce that control. Jamun seed powder, slowing sugar before it even spikes. Throughout the day, you keep your system balanced. Cinnamon, helping your body respond to insulin naturally. And with your meals, you protect and strengthen your foundation. Curry leaves, supporting your pancreas and your liver. Nothing extreme, nothing complicated, just a simple rhythm that works with your body. And over time, something powerful begins to happen. Your energy stabilizes, your cravings fade, your body starts responding the way it was meant to, not fighting you, but working with you. You're no longer reacting to problems, you're preventing them. And that's the real shift. Because in the end, this was never just about blood sugar. It's about how you live every single day. Your habits, your choices, your consistency. Because small actions, repeated daily, don't just change your body, they change your future. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more science-based health tips. And tell me in the comments, which of these are you already using? Your journey to better health starts with one small step today.